What is up, everybody? My name is Daniel, and you are watching the first video to my new YouTube channel, bringing sports media back one step at a time. As I am not so much a big fan of the mainstream media that is given to us today, I wanted to make this channel to be a good sports outlet for anybody that's kind of in the same boat. I will be covering every NBA playoff game from here on out, and I will also be covering football and NBA news as they come along. I also have a Discord that I'm going to be dropping down below in the description. I would love for any of you that feel like it to join it. I would love to get a little community going and get some basketball conversations going in there. But without further ado, let's hop into this video. Big game 5 here in the Garden tonight, and I just wanted to start out by kind of saying I loved how the Knicks came out and responded. They responded just as bad as you can get for the scenario they're in. They played with way more intensity than Indiana did on both sides of the ball tonight. Brunson started this game early, as you can see the alley-oop here. He was scoring, not missing, and also getting others involved, which going into game 6, guys like Bridges and Robinson who had a good game here, that's really good to go into game 6 with. It's kind of been Towns and Brunson carrying the scoring load, but guys like Bridges and Robinson and even Anunoby, like, they all get that confidence boost going into game 6, and they really have all the momentum they need right now to make this a series. The Pacers don't really have an answer for Towns or Brunson. The main problem with those two this series is that they have some silly fouls that keep them on the bench and they aren't able to stay in. So if they can limit those going into game 6 and in game 7, they're going to continue to feast. I think the Pacers have gotten pretty, not lucky because they are silly fouls, but they have not been on the court a lot together, and especially they've been on the court at different times as each other. So they need to pick up these silly fouls that they're giving out, and they have, like I said, they have everything they need going into game 6 and a possible game 7 to win this series now. Luckily for the Knicks, though, the Knicks bench since really game 3 has been bringing it on both sides of the ball. Guys like Shamet and McBride have been huge, and really their bench unit has been carrying a lot of the scoring load when you get deep into the second and early in the third. I know Indiana's won 3 games here, but as an Indiana fan, I'm get more scared of their bench lineup coming in sometimes with like a Towns and an Anunoby than seeing their starting 5 out there. Josh Hart has also done really good since going to the bench, and I can respect that move too. Here for the Pacers, like I said, I am a Pacers fan, so I am going to be very critical because I was during the game. In my opinion, tonight they looked like they were playing a feel-out game. This looked like they were playing a game 1, and they just didn't have any answers. That's all credit to how the Knicks played, but their intensity on both sides was nowhere near what it needs to be if they want to close this series out and go to the finals. It looked like it was a first-round matchup, fucking game 1. Like, it was bad out there. The Pacers will not win this series or probably any games against the Thunder if Tyrese has a game like this again. As a Pacers fan, since they've kind of been playing in the playoffs, I've always said that if Tyrese shoots under 10 shots, they are not going to win the game. There's probably a good track record of that out there for playoff games where they've lost when he's shooting under 10 shots. If he is not aggressive, the whole Pacers team suffers from that. And you kind of saw it tonight. Their offense, for about 3/4 of the game, maybe you can even say the whole game, was really ugly, and it wasn't as clean as you normally see it happen. And I'm going to be honest, I think that falls on the shoulders of Tyrese. It shouldn't all have to fall on his shoulders, but he's the motor for this team. And if he's not playing aggressive and he's playing super passive, they fumbled tonight. Game 6 now for the Pacers is a must-win. They need to come out and treat it like it is a game 7. They need to treat it how they should have treated it tonight. They need to set the tone. They need to be intense on both sides. Tyrese needs to be aggressive. It is a must-win. If they don't win this game and you got to go back to the Garden and play in a game 7 at the Garden with all the momentum that the Knicks will have going into that game, it is not going to be easy. Now, they did it last year, but it is not going to be as easy as last year. To kind of different Knicks team here. not really a different Pacers team, but with that momentum, it is going to be so hard for the Pacers to keep up. To kind of wrap up my closing thoughts, and I've said it a few times already, all credit to the Knicks this game. They responded exactly how you need to, and I would be pretty damn hopeful if I'm a Knicks fan here. I will say that this series going 7 and either team winning going into the finals, it's not going to be easy with the Thunder so well rested, but Knicks did everything right tonight, and they have pretty much everything they need here to win Game 6 and Game 7. So credit to these guys. And as a Pacers fan, we need to close it out. As you can kind of see here, we got Tyrese smiling. That better be for a reason, because I know Shea just did that, and now his team's about to win the finals. So that needs to be for a reason here. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching. I have a Discord down in the bio that you guys can click on. I'd love to get that popping. Have some chats in there, build a little community. This recording stuff is not as easy as you see some of these guys do it, and I got mad respect for the people that do it, such as King of the Fourth Quarter, the GOAT, Chris Smooth, any of those guys like that. I got mad respect for it. Sitting here trying to record this wasn't the easiest, and I feel like I know a lot of basketball, so but hopefully I can get more comfortable with this. I'm going to be posting, like I said, pretty much every game from here on out for the playoffs. So drop a like, comment down below your thoughts. Definitely tell me what you guys think I can improve on going into another video. And thank you guys for watching. I will see you later.